Okay, so today I'm going to talk about smart contracts. Just a brief introduction, not too technical, I hope. So my name is Mick de Graaf. I'm the co-founder of Cryptopepes. Nothing about that in this talk, but that's just me. So we'll start off with what is a smart contract. So, well, it was first described by Nick Szabo in 1994. And it's a smart contract is a computer protocol intended to facilitate, verify, and force the negotiation or performance of a contract. Smart contracts allow the performance of credible transactions without third parties, and these transactions are trackable and irreversible. So that's what the Wikipedia page says. It's understandable, I think, but we'll go more into that. But why are they so special? They are not only about currency, but they can replace traditional contracts. They are trustless alternatives to internet services, but right now you have to trust the websites you visit that they actually do what they say they do. They cannot go down because they run on the blockchain. And fuck the banks and notaries because they've been robbing us out of our money for too long, and there are better alternatives now. So there's no more black box because you can verify what happens on the blockchain. I don't know if you guys are gamblers, but I think a lot of people have played, for instance, roulette online, and you never really know if it's digital or even if it's videotaped, if the outcome is really random. So they can give you skewed odds and you would lose a lot more than normally in roulette. So smart contracts have an address. Just like any normal wallet, you can send stuff to them. They have code that defines the logic behind them, and you can define that code by yourself when deploying. They can store data, so you can save stuff on it. And they can have funds in them, so you can send money to them and they can do things with that according to the rules of the code. And they will change the world if used correctly, like the thing from an example of that are ICOs. We all know about them. You can create last wills on them, so if you die, what happens with your money. You can have savings accounts or marketplaces or create tokens like ERC20 tokens. Well, some smart contract platforms. You have Ethereum, Eternity, Neo, RSK, and a lot more, but today we're going to talk about Ethereum. So to write a smart contract, you need some kind of programming language to write the code in. With Ethereum, it's mostly used one is Solidity. It's based on C++, Python, and JavaScript, and it targets the Ethereum virtual machine. So let's build. Hold on, build. We're gonna build a last will. So what happens when you die with your funds that you put in it? What we need some way to notify the smart contract you're no longer alive. Be able to appoint someone who gets the funds when you die. A way of putting in funds. And a way of pulling out funds before death. Let's say you need the funds or something. So how does the smart contract know you're alive? Because a piece of code is not on your body checking if you still have a heartbeat or something. Well, it's quite simple. Just stop telling that you're alive, because if you're not saying you're alive, then you're dead. So we have some variables in the smart contracts, and it's the beneficiary, that's the one who gets the funds. The owner, this the person who can say he's alive. The time when the funds can be withdrawn by the beneficiary, and some functions like sign of life. So you can say, hey, I'm alive. You can withdraw when alive, withdraw when you're dead, and get balance just to check the balance of it. So, yeah. I hope it's not too complex, but we're doing a live demo. You should never do that, but okay. Well, first we define an address, and it's public so everyone can see it, and that's the owner. Then we say who's the beneficiary, that's also an address. And the time upon when we can withdraw. Okay, so with that set up, we have this callback function, so we can add funds to it, otherwise it will just reject all the funds. We create some function to get the balance. And it returns the balance of this contract. Yes. So then we can say, well, let's create it. Not on the mainnet, in the VM. So now we can say, hey, this is the balance, and it's 0 right now because we haven't put anything in it. Then we create a function to withdraw when alive. And we say only the owner can do this. So the sender of the transaction has to be the owner. And then we do owner.transfer get balance. Yep. And it's a public function. After that, now we need some way to tell the contract we're alive. So we create a function sign of live, and it's also public. So then we say withdrawal time equals now. That's the time it is now, plus 2 weeks. So we have to say every 2 weeks that we're alive, and otherwise we can assume we're dead. We create a function draw upon death. I forgot one here. Only the owner can say he's alive. Withdraw upon death. Yes, when he's dead. So cry. Oh no, I don't. And I would check if the owner hasn't said he's alive for long enough. And we're almost there, so bear with me now. Still an error there, but we'll fix that. And when we create the contract, we need to say who is the person who will get the funds. If someone can spot that error for me in the meantime, that will be great. Oh, there's no error. So we say, well, the owner is the person who creates the contract, the beneficiary is the person who we say the beneficiary is, and we'll give our first sign of life because we're alive, because we're creating the contract for it. So now we've created a wheel on top of the blockchain. So we can run this, and let's copy an address from here. It doesn't really have 100 ether, don't drop me. So we say, well, this one is the beneficiary. We create it. Let's delete that one. And we can see, well, this is the owner, it's the address we just sent it from. This is the beneficiary, that's the address that gets the funds. And now we're going to put some money in it, like 1 ether. So I really like my beneficiary. And we call it. And then we'll see there's now a balance of 1 ether in it. It has 18 zeros because the smallest unit of ether is 1 ether. And I will say withdraw upon that, but as you might see, we're not dead, so we cannot pull it out. And now we'll withdraw it when alive, because we're alive. And you'll see that the ether is back minus some transaction cost. So now we've withdrawn it back. Well, we can wait for 2 weeks, but we're not doing that now. But after 2 weeks with this code, you can withdraw the balance because you're dead, because you have not told you're alive. So this is basically a really simple implementation of something you used to go to notaries for, but you can do now on the blockchain. And that's my example of the day. I hope it wasn't that hard or that hard to understand, but maybe it shed some light on what smart contracts are. So, thanks. Are there any questions from the audience?
It's pretty smart. It's really smart. But aren't there already companies out there doing exactly this?
Oh, this is not like I'm building a project like this. This is just an example of what you can do with a smart contract. So it's
Okay.
it's
Cool.
just
Nice.
any other questions? Notes?
How does the contract know when you are born?
Well, it doesn't need to know. It only needs to know that you're alive and when you're dead. So yeah.
Maybe for the...
Yeah, you can also create a contract, let's say for a child, if it's born in 18 years, some money in it gets released and you can, hopefully if Ether rises like crazy, it will be crazy rich or something like that.
It would be really cool if you could this was an idea of mine which I actually can't tell here, but I will do it anyway because I'm not working on it. Some idea was that you could when you know that you're going to die, you are going to make a contract that will give heritage, or how do you call that? Yeah, like a sum of money that you want to give to your child, but you don't want him to get it in one time because you know he will go off partying, and so you want to do it monthly.
Yeah, you could extend it like you can only withdraw once a month within this amount, and then yeah. But it's just really simple, this one. So
it's only like 5 minutes work or something.
Yeah, 5 minutes of extra work, and then you would have yeah.
All right. So when I die, I will come to you. Okay.
Before you die, you should come to me. Not afterwards.
All right. So thanks a lot, Mick. This was a real interesting presentation. I think.
Yeah, I hope it made sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So please give him a warm applause.
Yeah. Thank you.
So now we are ready for the special announcement. Ja, dat was de oude presentatie. Ja, gewoon ja, die gaat verder. Right, I hope you're ready for the really special announcement. We have been working on a game. It's called Cryptopepes. You might have seen it in the previous presentation of Mick. Cryptopepes is actually quite cool. It's a CryptoKitties inspired blockchain game, but it goes way beyond CryptoKitties, because CryptoKitties, when you think of it, it's actually quite boring, because you get to look at a bunch of kitties in your wallet, but they don't do anything else. So what we thought that we could improve this, and what we did is we made it similar, so it still has the same characteristics, like you can breed them, and you can collect them, but also we engage the miners. So the miners can actually mine generation 0 peppies, and after that breed them. But we added an extra dimension, which is of course not ready yet, but it will be. And that is that you can let them battle against each other. So that adds a really nice extra feature, which makes it way more interesting to play this game. So the special announcement of tonight, da-da-da-da. We will have a Cryptopepes launch party soon. Yay! So during this night we have some plans to make this extra appealing. So we are thinking of getting a DJ. Of course, you need a DJ, but he has to wear a peppy suit and also a peppy hat, a mask, of course. So if you know a good DJ who's prepared to wear such a suit, please let me know. We also have some other plans. So if you, probably a lot of people think, this is bullshit. You know, peppy cannot be anything. But actually, there's a business model behind this. So we think it's really interesting, and we're having fun at the same time. So what better than that? So if you have ideas how to, extra ideas for the evening, or ideas how to market this internationally, then please reach out. We have some ideas, like there's already a big peppy community out there, so we want to invite some key members from this community, and so that's basically it. Hope to see you at the party, and please, we can wrap the evening up. Big shout out to 42 Workspace, also to Crown.tech and Cora.network, our sponsors, Mick, Mitchell and Gerald for their great presentations, and of course the volunteers. So with that, I don't want to keep you any longer from your drinks. Let's network, and thanks.